this is definitely this is the first film that I went to watch because I saw a trailer whilst I was at the cinema, and it's definitely one I was excited about seeing. So welcome to my review of Limbo. Welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel at least twice a week, and then movie reviews just like this one here for you at the weekend. I will leave my playlist of my movie reviews linked up above in case you are looking for something specific to watch this week at home or in the cinema, and in the description box below you will find all of my social links, including my blog and my Goodreads if you want to give me a follow on there. Yes, today we're going to be talking about Limbo, which I saw a trailer for when I went to the cinema for the first time to watch The Father, and so this is the first film that I went to see influenced by a trailer I saw at the cinema. It feels special because of that. In case you were wondering, there was me and one other person in this Wednesday afternoon screening of Limbo. Limbo follows Omar, who is from Syria and finds himself waiting to receive his asylum seeker letter status. I'm not sure how it works if you are seeking asylum. I can talk about other sides of the visa process, but not that particular side. So he's waiting to receive his letter saying that he has been granted asylum by the UK, and he is waiting to hear about this on a remote Scottish island. The film was filmed on North and South US, but it never explicitly says in the movie whether that is actually where it's set. It's just a Scottish island, and on calls back home people just say, oh, I'm in Scotland, but it's very clearly an island because we spend time on boats and they are often right by the sea, so it's a small island. Very, very British humour. It's very much a dark comedy. There are some moments that are sort of pretty painful to watch and pretty tough to watch, as you would imagine, but it's definitely a bittersweet story, and there are some real moments of friendship and human kindness, and also moments where, as a British person watching, you can see where someone being an outsider, someone coming to the country for the first time, something would seem strange, but then we are so completely used to it. One of the things I really loved about the film was the sort of classes that this group of people have to take. The sort of, they're not like citizenship classes, but they're like, I think like cultural awareness classes or something like that. It's written on a blackboard in a room on this island, and those provide some of the most hilarious moments. Being a British person, as making up 50% of the entire population of that particular screen in that cinema, I was the only person laughing at, I was the only person laughing at all. The other person in the cinema didn't laugh at all. So that kind of like tells you that it was definitely British humour. I mean, I make an assumption that the other person in the screen wasn't British, but it's quite an easy assumption to make here in Colorado. And so yeah, that gives you an idea of the humour, but it did definitely make me laugh out loud. And there's a great scene in a supermarket where Omar goes to try and find a spice that isn't salt or pepper, and he inadvertently uses a racist term. It is a term that he just learned, and he thinks that it just means someone who is from Pakistan, and he assumes that the till operator is from Pakistan, and so uses this term. And this guy draws his attention to a poster of racist terms that are not allowed in his supermarket. It's a big push to call it a supermarket, and he reads off some of them, but those among us know that there will be other terms on this list that he does not read off, and so you're like reading down the list as he's as it's in the background as the rest of the scene's playing out, and like it comes further down the list and there's one on there that's just shit Aladdin, not allowed in the supermarket. And then I think this is probably a nod to the fact that it is in Scotland. The final term on the list is ginger, not allowed to call someone a ginger. And again, like, I think that is very much definitely British humour in play right there, but I thought it was hilarious. I just kept reading the list and laughing, and was probably annoying the other person in the cinema. It was, unfortunately, the movie in the screen next door was really quite loud, and this is a very quiet film, so I think they maybe should have turned ours up a little bit, because you could hear a lot of what was going on in the screen next door, so just be aware of that. This is perhaps maybe one that is better to watch at home if you have access to its streaming. I'm not sure, I should have checked beforehand in terms of release dates. Quite often a British film like that is released in the UK first, so it might be something that has already come out there, or is already streaming there, or is already on Netflix. If you know, let me know. But yeah, it is in cinemas here. However, last week there were 2 showings of it every day, and this week there's only 1 showing of it every day, so I think it's not going to be long in screens. I definitely enjoyed it. I enjoyed what it had to say about seeking asylum in the UK, and about what it had to say about the perception of British culture from somebody who was not born in the UK. And I love the fact that it was set in Scotland as well. There's not enough stuff set in and around Scotland that I get to go and watch in the cinema. If I'm doing my should you pay your money to go and see this on the big screen, it's not necessary to watch on the big screen. And actually it was filmed and shown in 4:3 anyway, so it was square, and so I think it is definitely something that if you've got a decent enough TV at home to watch, and you can turn it up so that if your neighbours are watching something loud you can still hear it, it's definitely something that would work as much on the small screen as it would on the big screen. It's probably yeah, I've kind of laughed at everything I've seen this week, but I enjoyed the humour in this one because it was very British humour, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, wouldn't say you have to go and see this on the big screen, but I would definitely say that it is worth a watch if you have access to stream it at home. So there you have it. If there is a particular movie you want to hear my thoughts on, let me know in the comments. I'm sure that can be arranged. I can bring a review here next week for you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on my next bookish video or next week's movie review, and hit that notification bell to be notified as soon as I post that. I will be back with more bookish content for you in the week, so I will see you then. Thanks for watching.